So 100%. I would at least. Well, obviously, I don't think at 27 anybody goes for Giants. It just seems outlandish. %3 over permanent. Okay, so they're actually helping me. It's a lot less stressful and the whole group's helping, but I don't know how that's gonna hurt our overall. I mean, they're still doing decent overall. It's not crazy like you would in Gambit. You're kidding me. Okay. Should be a little bit more attentive. Dude, there's no shot we're killing this. Yeah. Zolg is just a fucking shitty pull, bro. Actually, what is this pathing, dude? Is this a 20? Am I for real? This is like such a shitty fucking pathing. Why are we doing this pathing? These are just not worth. Oh, let me see him. So, one thing. They have to be outside, right? So you can LOS the explosives. I remember that now. Dude, where are these explosives going?
specific issue relating to the forward part or anything comes up in the future, you're going to shoot me a message. We can fight about it. Or if you hear me give a take you disagree with.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for having me on, and definitely keep in contact. I'd love to come back on.
Yeah, cool. Thanks a lot. See you later.
Thank you, man. Bye.
Okay, Straw What Da 5H said, just want to say I'm trans and you're one of the few left-wing content creators who makes me feel like a human. You talk about trans issues rather than a token or a political bludgeon. Keep up the good work and don't get too tilted, buddy. Thank you. The only reason I treat trans people like humans, though, is so that I can use you as tokens. So don't get it twisted. Somebody in YouTube chat donated $100. DL Saint, I really want to know podcast. What's good, brother? I found you through Fresh and Fit. I did a reaction video on the Do Your Job episode you did on Tate and Sneeko. Just wanted to show tribute. I respect you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I see LTG in the chat. I mean, like, I'll talk to him anytime he wants. I don't know what we would talk about. The worst thing I can ever do is, like, bring somebody on that I think would be interested to talk to, but I have, like, no topics. One of my biggest horrors, not a biggest horror, but one thing that I'm kind of a little disappointed in is that, like, a long time ago, I was able to bring on Sean Carroll, who is probably actually one of the only people in life that I genuinely respect. It's very, very rare that I look up to somebody, and he's one of those people. And I didn't really have much to talk about him with, so it was like, it was an okay convo, but there wasn't like much to like chew into. And I'm always like disappointed, like, fuck. Like, now I think there are things that I could feel more strongly about talking to him for, but I don't know if I left like a bad impression, or if he might be too big now even to come on and chat. But yeah, I mean, if LTJ ever wants to come on and chat, he can always email me or DM me or message me, or I can figure out how to contact him and we can do it. I have no idea what we talk about. Oh, he's doing interviews for his new books. Email him? Oh, maybe. Shit. Oh, damn, dude. I agreed to do this podcast.
Yeah, actually killed.
Wait, is it Chris Williams making... Oh, wisdom. I looked through the topics, and I was...
Speaking of which, I got sent
I
this...
was like, oh my god, this is going to be so fucking boring. Why did I agree to this? But it was actually really good chat. This guy seems really cool. I don't know anything about him. I looked through a few of the things. I was like, okay. And then we talked, and he seems like a really cool dude. Chris Williamson. I don't know if he has bad takes or he's done bad things or whatever, but I liked my chat with him. I thought he was a cool guy. Is it out already? I don't know. He posted a clip from it, but Hans is fucked. Oh, yeah, shit. Okay. Chess investigation finds that U.S. Grandmaster likely cheated more than 100 times. Oh, no. I got something to dig into, the difference between regular and new age blacks. What, bro? I don't know if I'm the guy for that conversation. But actually, fuck it, dude. Yeah, you know what? If you want to chat about it, I'm Destiny with a capital D and then hashtag 0005 on Discord. An internal report review by the Wall Street Journal alleges a previously unknown pattern of likely widespread cheating. Does this include over-the-board cheating as well, or? An investigation named as play conducted by chess.com. Is it only online, or? Oh, online only. Interesting. Nick Rekieta just announced on live stream they got spammed by false ethics complaints. 56 so far. I fully support him completely reading these and posting these on stream. If they include real life information or addresses, I think that it should all be posted and read as well. Every single one. I can't... Canceling people? Oh, there are a few things. I got an email and it fucked my head. And it's actually so fucking right. It's actually so right. because it combined two things that I'd never, well, it didn't combine them, but it brought something in a light, and and now I have combined them in my head. And I understand something now. First of all, number one, this is just my personal take, okay? Canceling somebody or getting somebody fired from a job is infinitely worse than swatting or doxing. The only possible way you can disagree with that is if you're a child who doesn't work or lives with their mom and dad. It's not even comparable. I would rather be swatted 100 times than lose my fucking job. It's not even close. The fact that I tweet that out and some people even find it controversial. Well, you can get killed by a swatting. Yeah, I can die to a drunk driver on the way to work. I think there's like one person in the history of all of swatting that's actually died to the police. I'd rather run that risk than guaranteed to lose your fucking job. People act like swatting has like a 95% like fucking KDA or some shit. Get the fuck out of here, okay? It's incredibly rare that anything bad comes from it. Most of the time it's just an annoyance. Yeah, sure thing, low tier god. Or at least I've only heard of it happening one time where a guy gets killed. But I'd still rather like risk a 1% or 0.01% chance of death than guarantee like lose your fucking job. Like easy, every time. I would choose it every single fucking time. Number one. Number two, canceling people in a lot of instances is doxing. When somebody acts improperly on TikTok, like the bodega guy, and people dig through and they find out where he works and they start sending shit, that's doxing. You're engaging in the most malicious form of internet behavior. And I don't think people actually realize that. If somebody posts something I don't like and I start going through information to find his school, find his work, that you're doxing somebody. And you're engaging in the worst type of like online like hateful behavior. You're doxing them, you're digging up personal information with the goal of destroying their life. Except the doxing plus canceling is worse than traditional online harassment. Traditional online harassment is you dox somebody to fuck with them, like by swatting them, ordering food to their house, inconveniencing their life, harassing them or whatever. But when you dox somebody and cancel somebody, you're trying to dox them, and then you're trying to destroy their fucking life by removing their ability to work or go to school. It's actually worse. I'd never considered that. Somebody sent me an email and they were like, hey, there's a lot of information about this other website and Kiwi Farms and everything relating to doxing or whatever. Why does nobody ever talk about all the doxing that happens on Twitter? And I think the guy brought up is like, when people find somebody that says something mean on Twitter and then they find out where they work and all of that, that's doxing. Except the difference is people condone it for some reason. Like if I go out and I say I hate trans people and then people dox me and destroy my life, that's considered really good. But if I go online and I say something like, oh, like I like furries, and then somebody doxes me into something like that's considered really bad. But why? It's the exact same thing. Yeah, I don't know. Never seen it in that context before. Finding out everybody's or every piece of personal information of a person that says something you don't like online with the attempt to get them fired from their job or whatever, that is absolutely doxing and harassment. And it happens on Twitter all the fucking time. Nobody cares about it. I don't know, just an interesting... There's a bye-bye job subreddit that does this. Yeah. Jesus. What are they supposed to do? Let the slaves get away? Jesus. This guy doesn't know why slavery is bad. Slavery is not bad because it forces people to work for nothing. And it's not bad because he's almost got it on the forcing them into the situation. It's not because they maybe live in bondage or do grueling work for literally nothing. Slavery is bad because you're removing somebody's autonomy. You're removing somebody's choice to do something. If you pay people really well, but you still make them slaves, that's still not good. If you pay people really well and give them a good place to live, but they're slaves, that's still not a good thing. It's still bad. Like the conditions don't really matter. What your God donated $50. Have a good everyone. Gotta head out. We will touch base. Have fun. Be careful, bud. Funniest fucking meme about Pascal doing the Our Place shit. Oh my God. Is this like a heat map? Was he trying desperately? Oh my God, I bet him and his like 20 alternate accounts were all trying to fucking spam the... Apparently, you guys raised $2,000 for Anasice. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce this stupid fucking name. Sorry, that was mean. But apparently you guys raised $2,000 for her. Good job. Look at the bottom right of the Giga chat. He tried fucking with that too. Do you think there are situations where doxing somebody is justifiable? Honest to God, nobody understands this, but doxing is a really, really, really complicated topic. It's super complicated. Technically, doxing somebody in and of itself isn't really wrong at all. It's not really bad. The problem is that it can enable really bad behavior. Doxing in and of itself isn't bad. Technically, journalists do it when you unmask somebody, when you figure out who somebody is. But yeah, but it enables really bad behavior. So the question is like, should it be illegal? Should it only be illegal for private citizens? Should it be? It's a really complicated topic. And then also even what is doxing? Because depending on who you're fighting against, people don't consider it doxing at all. Look at all the support that K-Dog had when she was like posting pictures of Joshua's like mom. Like, oh well, you know, she supports Joshua. It's like, okay, so what? She's like public enemy, you know, number 2. Like, wait, what? Reminder: our place had a 5-minute cooldown, so he placed 200 pixels. Wait, does it show you? Oh, placed pixels 200, and that's just on that account. Wait, did you guys check other accounts? So he spent like 16 hours doing this. Holy shit.
Dude.
Let's see, one of his alts.
Why would you do that? See him.
I just checked this dude's Reddit history. Why does this guy talk about you more than your fans? Oh, he's an obsessed. He's like a, I don't know if he's delusional or obsessive, or I wish there were different psych terms, because like obsessed sounds like obsessed. He just sent me another email this morning actually. Looking real stable, lizard brain. Just wanted to remind you that the claims you're making about me are false, and I'm starting to
What are
realize
you
why.
doing,
the person who's the most
bro?
on
Just
IRL
don't
in
ever
your
touch
audience
it
is you.
again.
How exactly are you going to argue
Actually,
using an audience
fucking
as on
brain
IRL
rot.
as yours,
Mage,
whom you
dude.
now instructed to deepfake being trans to lie and manipulate versus one dude who sends you emails? For one, your abusive interactions versus streamers eclipses mine. It's not even close. Second, I've got everything documented. How do you think a judge is going to react to your unhinged behavior? Do you think they're going to let you manipulate them and file a manifesto as evidence? Ha ha ha. You're a demonstrable danger to everyone, and now you've cemented that reality IRL, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Sending a cease and desist to Keffels, get real. You're going to get completely embarrassed. Also, stream numbers seem to have taken a dip. That must be so hard on you. Check you later, LB. What is LB, do you think? Lil Bonnell? Damn, I wonder how much I contributed. I only put 9. Fuck me, dude. Oh, LB might mean lizard brain. True. Is your headache better? Yeah, it's getting better. Ask Erudite for how to deal with his child. Erudite is being harassed by him as well. He's like emailing people around her. He's actually unhinged. I don't know how to handle people like that. It's really strange. My offer's still open. Unlike Destiny's moderation team, our team is actively hunting down a cross-platform banned users who engage with subreddits while Destiny Virtue's audience. Okay, this person emailed me, or they sent me a thing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. They sent me a Google Doc. This is what they sent me. Users who brigaded the tweeted submission. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this list. I don't know what they mean by brigaded. Do they mean that they just posted in Vosh's subreddit? Because I'm not going to permaban somebody just because they post in your subreddit. One, we have a big crossover of fans. And two, why would I permaban somebody from my subreddit just for posting in your subreddit? Wait, am I in there? Oh, I'm in here. Oh no, Neo Destino, that's not me. Lycan's in there? What the fuck? Oh, Lycan is in there. Yeah, I'm not gonna, this isn't a real list. This is bullshit. Why would you even waste your time on this stupid shit? I don't ban people for cross-posting. I ban people for harassing people in other communities. Like, so yeah, I guess I did ignore her. Whatever. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, sorry, yeah, it's stupid. Outside of his online play, Hans is the fastest rising top player in classical chess in modern history. Uh-oh. Damn. Do you think that, he's probably cheating over the board then? He must be. Jeez. What is a Bayrak? Can we do a trader stream to buy that Ukrainian girl a Bayrak tar? What the fuck is that? A Turkish drone used by Ukraine. How much do those cost? If it's a drone, if it's an expensive drone, it sounds like it'd be like $1 million, no? God, what if we could fundraise $1 million, but I actually just steal it all and scam you guys? God, that would be so fucking based. I need to do a rug pull coin so badly. Okay, let me catch up on donuts.
I'm a forward party event organizer in the San Francisco Bay Area. I got involved to help de-radicalize politics so we could have difficult conversations across the political spectrum.
Cool.
What's good, brother? I found you through Fresh and Fit. I did a reaction video on the Do Your Job episode you did on Tate and Sneeko. Just wanted to show tribute. I respect you, bro. Keep doing what you do.
Be honest, would you scam us?
I think you muted in YouTube chat, frowny face.
Probably not. Okay, the swarm safety thing is not... How Hans cheated. Amir on the stand so he could see his opponent's moves.
Have a good everyone got a headache that we will touch bases.
Be honest, you couldn't hit 900 with a headache. The headache actually helps me hit even higher. Higher than I've ever hit before, actually.
New fan, I just started watching Tunes of Scoria last week, 1080p and good stuff. Okay, hand.
What? It's glitching!
Listen here, little Bono. The chess speaks for itself. Hans is a Coke, not a Sprite. R.I.P. Queen England, a great, great woman, but not that great.
I thought it was done. I fucked up. One of these is really bad. Yeah, I fucked up. I thought it was over. I fucked up. I fucked up. Dude, fuck this stupid shit. Oh, we're done posting about K-Dog. And Vosh on my subreddit. Both of them are banished. Back to the Shadow Realm. No more. Every time we engage with Vosh, he's growing. Look, he got 2,000 subs last month. Not good. Not acceptable. No more free attention. Get him out of here. For how long? Until they do some big meme shit again. Cathel's probably forever. I think she's going to be gone in 6 months. I truly do believe that. Vosh, just fuck him. Cheer from the news orgs you emailed? Yeah, I think a few have responded, actually. We haven't checked to see if anything is. Change chat. Are you talking to LTG? At some point.
Dude,
But I think
where
I believe-
are you, you fucking shit mage? Where the fuck are you?
Would you rather
actual
cheat on your girl
ignorant fuck?
or snitch on your mans?
Cheat on my bitch.
How about you?
Like
Oh
the
my
same.
god, bro.
Jordan Peterson will never notice US if we are under 2K likes.
You.
I'm cheating and raping her grandpa.
Jesus Christ.
See, bro.
What?
Holy shit. What happened there, bud? What
Bro,
happened?
I would lose it.
Noobs, you guys fucking suck. And an
The
Exalted
mage
even.
DC?
And an Exalted.
The
That's
fuck,
right, boy.
bro?
That's right, boy. And an Exalted, boy. Oh, look out. I'm looking out. Noobs.
Rip. Base death.
For fun. I mean, this sounds kind of macabre, but I like to go to.
We've watched this before, but it's still really good. I already know what this is.
For fun. I mean, this sounds kind of macabre, but I like to go to visit a country after a terrorist attack.
Okay.
After a terrorist attack, you know, the horse has already left the barn. It's cheap. I was in Istanbul after they had that bombing at the airport, so I went there.
Jesus Christ.
And there was a bus, was supposed to be 50 people. How many people do you think were on the bus?
2.
One.
You.
So I got the whole tour,
And they're like, why are you
the
here?
whole bus, and I stayed at a $300 a night hotel for $30.
Oh my god.
I was in Morocco after they chopped off two girls' heads off. and I was on this trail, on the same trail that they were on.
So wait, when you read the news of a terrorist attack, you're like, time to hit orbits.
You get really good deals, and the security is fantastic. I've gotten flights to Peru, round trip for $280.
And what happened right before that?
Oh, there was probably an earthquake.
So 9/12/2001, you're on a flight to New York. You're like, let's do this.
Yeah.
What's on the Nadia Call of Duty story? I have no idea what that means or who that is. Are they drunk? Woman that cheated and blamed her hate on misogyny. Wait, what are these guys doing? Oh no.
The pool is closed. Only the OG remember this.
I'm 1% African. How can I? Black History Month, my favorite.
Hey, I like to drip my boy. Ah, look at him. He looks fresh.
Wait, where can I find the Reddit post about this? Jesus. This just seems stupid.
Over Nadia cheating, and it's this rabbit hole that I've seen a lot in competitive Call of Duty. Being a part of the competitive Call of Duty community my entire life and actively competing and looking for a starting spot in the league and being on Boston's academy team, I see it a lot in challengers.
It says nothing in the whole video. Okay, well, I guess I don't care then. Snapple Monkey, you're in.
Hey man.
Hello.
So I've been enjoying the content you've been doing lately, so kudos on that. But I have one gripe with you. That is, last time I was here,
yeah,
you kind of gave me shit for my favorite anime.
What was your favorite anime?
It was the Rurouni Kenshin OVAs, and you were giving me shit for it. And then 4 days later, you went on like a 15-minute rant on how it was the best.
Well, I gave you shit over because it's an easy, obvious answer. Okay.
Well, how am I supposed to answer then? Like, if it's really my favorite, like what?
I don't know,
what
names of shit nobody's ever heard of. That's what anime fans do. So they sound cool.
I don't want to be like this like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be like that kind of person. I just I really enjoy it. That's all.
Yeah, well, it's a good anime. So
I'll be right back.
Is there any
Yeah,
way
it
to
is.
get this to work so
I
that
think I'm
my
gonna play some
transfer
TFT
is
today.
like instant?
This is
So
gonna
they
be an
stop?
ass day.
Because like, why does this shit turn off?
I'll let
It's
everybody
fucking annoying.
fucking. Okay, that's cool.
But anyway, yeah.
I was logging out anyway.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
cool. The fuck.
And one more, like, on your first time on Fresh and Fit, I remember someone saying that a man not acting like a man or acting feminine is unnatural. And no one actually jumped on that. Like, they just scrolled past it. But I'm pretty sure you've heard of this before, but there's something called sexual mimicry. I don't know. You've heard of this before?
No, but I know what sexual means and what mimicry means, so I can probably
Yeah.
guess.
So they're literally animals who will take it up the ass just so that they can have the girl for themselves later.
Jesus
And
Christ.
there's a lot of things like that in nature. So if someone brings that up again, you can just pull that out.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. And also the bait and switch was based. I really had a good laugh.
True, it was based. Thank you.
Anyway, thanks for everything, and have a good night.
Thank you. Have fun. Be careful. Just feed them from the side. Well, it's hard to feed them from the side because I have there's like too many there's too many lanes.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm
Oh shit. The incel factory.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about the rise of lonely single men and the rise of sexless men. But instead of just me talking about it, since I've already covered this pretty in depth on my channel, I wanted to bring other girls on and get their opinion, what they think's going on, if they think women play any type of role in this. So I'm sitting down with 7 girls today and we're going to be talking all about it. Let's get into it. So studies are showing that there's a decrease in men having sex. So 1/3 of men under the age of 30 are sexless, and there's also a rise in lonely single men. If you had to guess, why do you think this is the case?
I think dating is a lot different than it was back then, especially with social media and everything that's going on. I think men also these days too are sometimes more afraid to talk to women than they used to, I guess. But I don't know. I was just talking to a friend about this. I think just dating in general has completely shifted. It's harder now. It's a lot harder to have genuine connections or even
gonna be lonely because women are becoming a lot more independent and they're becoming a lot more confident in.
Hot take? Actually true. Literally true, actually. Get triggered. It is actually true. I've talked to and met and seen so many worthless fuck guys where it's like, bro, just have like a basic level of your shit together. But man, when women are like fucking working jobs and they're going out and they're doing their own shit,
like buy a comfy
it's a lot harder as a guy to be like a schizoid fucking loser and like just expect to have a woman lined up for you because now they're like, oh, I can actually work on my own and like live on my own and do my own shit. Like I don't need to be obsessed or like hanging off the arm of some crazy fucking dude. Actually true. Actually true.
Being themselves, that they don't need no man. So I find that that rise probably comes from those guys that don't want to put in that extra effort and actually put their pride aside and make a woman feel loved.
I feel like a lot of it might have to do with maybe like working remote since we're all so.
Everyone in chat, holy shit. Okay, this is good. Hold on, I'm glad that we have uncovered this. Everyone in chat is okay, I can see there's the incel thoughts are here, but I never talk about them because we're usually shitting on women. So everybody in chat is like, that's not what she means when she says douchebags, Destiny. Douchebags are cleaning up. Douchebags are actually getting all the girls. She said douchebags, not losers. When she says douchebag, what she means are just guys that are incapable of having normal conversations, guys that are incapable of like keeping their house fucking clean, guys that are just like fucking children. They just act like fucking retards. Douchebag doesn't mean like, when you guys hear douchebag, you're thinking like, oh, the ultra giga chad dude that struts into the bar with his, $10,000 suit, $20,000 watch, negs all of the women around him, and then goes home and fucks 10 women at the same time. That's not what she means. She's just douchebags. But like on average, like guys are just kind of fucking shit. They're garbage. They truly are. Dude, being in this, when I get banned from YouTube and I burn the world down, fucking half the fucking people in my industry are fucking rapists, okay? You motherfuckers are crazy. Actually fucking crazy men in entertainment. And these are supposed to be above average men. Fuckers are crazy out here, okay? And then even for like normal guys that people date and shit are fucking insane. Every woman I talk to, even normal women, have at least like 1 or 2 stalkers, people that message them every single fucking week because they talked one time. Guys that where you meet them and they become schizoid after you've dated them for a few months. Guys where you meet them and they get like weirdly abusive or stalkerish after you've like dated them for a month or two. Like there's so many stories out here, and it's like I would expect that like when I hear this, Destiny operating off a completely different definition of douchebag. Listen to what she's talking about.
Because women are becoming, actually, no, that's not the best word to use, but guys that don't put in effort and don't care and don't want to actually value women for who they are gonna be lonely because, but I really think it's because
Listen to what she's saying. She's saying what I just said, but you can't hear it. You're actually Sneeko. You heard the word douchebag and your brain's like, oh, she's talking about Giga Chat, alpha neggers. Negging is what I'm saying. She's talking about guys that go out and just shit on women and treat them poorly, but those guys get all the women. I've read it on all the subs and I've seen it on all the YouTube videos. That's what she's talking about. Listen, she literally defines it right afterwards. What do you mean that's not what she's saying at all? That's literally what she's saying.
Women stopped caring about douchebags. I know that's not the best word to use, but guys that don't put in effort and don't care and don't want to actually value women for who they are.
Guys that don't put in effort, don't care, and then don't value women. That's exactly what she's saying. But you hear like the word and you instantly, douchebag, but I thought that the Giga Alpha Chads are cleaning up. They're getting all the women.
Are going to be lonely because women are becoming a lot more independent and they're becoming a lot more confident in being themselves, that they don't need no man. So I find that that rise probably comes from those guys that don't want to put in that extra effort and actually put their pride aside and make a woman feel loved.
I feel like a lot of it might have to do.
When chat thinks douchebags, they think the Tate brothers, and that sounds like what she is referring to as well. Don't genuinely value or take care of women, no? Okay. You have to dump from your mind the red pill shit from like 5 to 10 years ago. No, none of the current red pill pickup artist guys say shit like that anymore. Even Andrew Tate won't say shit like that. My guess is that if you go out on a date, this is just a total guess, and I haven't watched much of his shit at all, so I could be totally wrong. If someone wants to link me something, prove me wrong, I challenge you to do so. My guess is gonna be that if you're a girl and you go out on a date with Andrew Tate, you're probably having a really fun time. He's probably talking to her, he's probably making jokes, she's probably having a good time. You guys think that like, oh, like when you go out on a date with Andrew Tate, I bet he's just negging her the whole time. He's probably ignoring her. He's treating her like shit. I seriously doubt that. I'm willing to bet that most of the modern red pill dudes are like look at like Alex talking to that one chick a few days ago or whatever, right? That's probably more what the modern like red pill shit is. Now, there's gonna be some weird undertones of like weird shit, which I agree with, but it's not gonna be like the 5 to 10 years ago of like, oh yeah, you just like infinitely fucking neg people and you infinitely treat them like shit and women will love you. Like, that's just not true. Destiny is coping so hard. Women do most of the same bad stuff that he says guys do, but they control the sexual marketplace, so they can't be held accountable, whereas these creepy-ass dudes are incels. Oof. As soon as I see sexual marketplace, it's like having an econ debate with somebody, and I hear them say material conditions. And I'm like, okay, dude.
With maybe like working remote, since we're also I feel like I'm at home a lot more than like I ever was before, and like since I work remote personally, like not going out and meeting as many people like through like work friends or like going out as much, I feel like people just aren't interacting as much as like they used to be on the day-to-day, like physically. People are just like messaging on Snapchat and Instagram.
So less like in-person human interaction, and everything's kind of moving towards being online.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then I also feel like women are just being more selective over like how they want to be treated, and how like with social media, I feel like it's so easy to.
But is he wrong? You're doing what you said chat did when they hear the word douchebag. Here's the reality, and you guys don't want to hear it. I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear it because you're, in a way, you're black-pilled and you don't want to admit it, right? Here's the reality. If you're a guy who is decently funny, like just like whatever, you can have a conversation with somebody, like be chill, and you have your shit together, you are ahead of 90 to 95% of guys in the world. Like, that's it. You are. Unironically, you are. A lot of you don't want to take the effort to do that. A lot of you guys have like huge fucking hangups when it comes to like talking or communicating with people. A lot of you guys live like shit, or are disgusting, or like are obsessively creepy. Like, that's just like, it almost feels like the norm for guys. And I see it over and over and over and over and over and over again. I see it when I talk to Melina. I see it when I talk to other friends that are girls, where it's like, dude, I have a friend fucking like 2 nights ago who, I know this girl, she's super hot, she's a huge fucking catch, she's amazing. She goes on a date with a dude, and after the first date, he is like obsessively texting her like hundreds of times in one night, and she even said that she had a good time on the date. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like obsessively, like 3 or 4 messages for every one message she's back. They're huge messages. I'm like, bro, you're fucking yourself right now. And I see this happen over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And these girls don't even, like, and I'm talking to some of them, because sometimes when I talk to girls, and maybe it's just my friends, okay? Maybe it's just my friends, but like I'll talk to girls that I know, and these are like And I go in sometimes even still thinking like, I bet you just have really high standards, or you're being really picky, or you're being like kind of a douchebag. And then I look at like the guys that they interact with, I'm like, Jesus fuck, like this guy is like 90% of the way there. He just needs to not be fucking stupid, not be weird, not be creepy, not be schizoid. Like what the fuck? I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. Or why like men are like so fucked right now, or can't have normal conversations, or can't just be normal. But I don't know if it's a socialization thing, or if people are spending too much time on Discord or in the online world, or people spend too much time playing video games, or what the fuck. But
compare like what other relationships, like what they're doing, like what kind of experiences like a couple's going through, like, oh, they're on this nice like luxurious vacation, and like this man doesn't want to like take me on that, so like screw him or something in a way.
So first and foremost, I would say pornography has something to do with it, just because it's so easily accessible that men don't really have to like put in the effort to go out and seek a mate when they can just like do it at the comfort of their space. I would say another reason is just the work and personal life balance. People are obviously too ambitious now, which is a great thing, but to like keep up with the economy and the demanding lifestyle, it's kind of hard to maintain a nice work and personal life balance, and men don't really see the worth in going out to find a potential mate. They would just rather spend that energy on working towards their goals and ambitions. So just like a busy working life.
Incels? Reddit? 4chan? I think it's largely a them problem, would be my guess.
I don't even know if that was a response.
I don't know. I feel like post-pandemic, people don't like interact with each other as much.
True.
This is kind of off topic, but like when I used to walk down the street, I would always be like, oh my God, you're so pretty, or like hello to people, you know, and just like talk to people. And I feel like now that's not really happening. I think people are more drawn into themselves, and I don't know why it's still like that. I think the internet too, obviously there's...
You know what is something else I think is true? And I think it's actually truer and truer and truer, and I notice this more and more, and this is actually a huge drawback, a huge negative from the red pill community. This is just bad, and it contributes to this badness, is I think men, I'm just remembering now because of the conversation I had last night with this girl, I think men need to desperately work on having better relationships with their boys. Relationships where you're a pussy, where you're crying, where you're being emotional, etc., not just you go and hang out. Because something that this could be totally wrong. This is a feeling I get. I could be wrong. But something that appears to happen sometimes, I think, is that a lot of men are like emotionally fucking starved. And when you finally get a girl that pays attention to you, you unload everything because you have no other opportunity to do that in your life with anybody because you don't normally associate with your male friends that way. I wonder if that's a big driving reason why there are some of these guys that when they start talking to girls, the floodgates open and they just let out everything. And the girl's like, bro, this is way too much. I did not sign up for this immediately. I seriously wonder if that could be a big deal. Because it seems like a lot of the issues I get when the people start spam texting is, my friend told me this last night. She said, sometimes when I go out on dates with guys and they start talking, they don't ask me a single question, and I'm getting the feeling that I'm like their mom or their therapist. And I've heard that multiple times from women. They get that feeling sometimes when they're on a first or second date with a guy and the guy starts like opening up, that they start to feel like a mom or a therapist. And I think that guys incorrectly take this interaction and then they run to the red pill communities, and then the red pill communities will say, oh, well, I can tell you your problem is. The problem is you were vulnerable in front of a girl. That's why she doesn't like you anymore, because you showed weakness. And it's like, no, that is not true. I can tell you for a fucking fact that being vulnerable in front of a woman does not turn her off. But trauma dumping in an incredibly inappropriate manner, excessively, and early on in a relationship will turn a person off. But that's not because they're scared of your vulnerability or they're looking down on you for being vulnerable. It's because it's an inappropriate trauma dump, right? Destiny's just asking them for questions about the best path for a conversation with jokes mixed in. I don't know. You have to. It depends on the person. It depends on the conversation. But, yeah. I just like in your personal life, if you've ever had a moment.
The schizo here for Skitstember.
How do I say this? When you are vulnerable, this is a little toxic, but I think it's probably true. When I think of men, I think I've said this before. To some extent, as a man, you kind of have to earn your vulnerability. I would say the same for women, but that's because I'm not desperate. If a woman starts to break down or cry for no fucking reason, I look down on that woman too. Now, I know a lot of you guys won't, or you think women are supposed to be more emotional, but I don't like women that break down and have freakouts all the time. They're children to me. I don't care. But especially for men, I think you kind of have to earn your vulnerability, but you can. Like, if you are emotionally stable, if you have a sound mind, if you associate with somebody, like, you can be vulnerable at times. They're not going to look down on you for it. I think everybody, well, not everybody, but like, if you've ever had a moment in your life, like where your dad is crying for some reason, I seriously doubt that you looked back on that and you thought, wow, my dad is so much weaker than I ever thought. Instead, rather, it's probably like, wow, there must be some insanely serious shit going on if dad is crying. Because typically dads and families are usually like the kind of the emotional stability cornerstone. Now, unless you got a crazy dad or whatever. But like, I think that's typically how you'd look back on those moments, rather than being like, yeah, I respect my dad until I was about 14. And then his parents were murdered in a double homicide and he broke down. And I was like, Dad, why are you being a bitch? Like, you live with these people for like 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Like, who cares if they died? Like, nobody ever thinks that, right? Or I don't think they would. If you do, you have problems.
A community for this. I feel like people are kind of getting more hateful. I don't know. It's just things are changing. I think people need to open up more.
On Zerka's last stream, his girlfriend was viciously berating him for the one time he was very vulnerable and emotional with her. Can you see why most men are hesitant to open up when some women use it against you like that? I just don't believe that happens that often. And I could be totally wrong. I could be completely and totally wrong. I admit that, because I can only go by my personal experience. But like the manner of flirting that I do and the types of women that I go after are, I'm usually going after very aggressive women that have like very type A personalities. And I'm a very aggressive person. So I feel like in my life, I'm primed to interact with the most aggressive types of women. I have never in my life been attacked for ever being vulnerable around any woman I've dated or like had an extended relationship before, ever. It's never happened in my life. And most of them are usually begging for that type of vulnerability from me. That's just my personal experience. But I think it's because I don't usually show it much and they feel like they have a deeper connection if it happens. But I have never been vulnerable on a woman. She's like turned off, or she's like, oh, like I can't look at you the same way. That's never happened to me ever my entire life. So the idea that there are like these normal women who see their guy like cry over something.
I disagree. Most
who
women
are like,
want me to be there.
Who cry one time and like, oh yeah, I look at him different ever since that one time he cried because his dog of like 9 years got hit by a car. No shot. I just don't believe that's normal. Well, it might. Maybe it does happen sometimes, or maybe there are certain girls that do it, but I have a hard time believing it's like a normal thing. But then again, I'm in Miami now. Miami women are crazy. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. I disagree. Most women want me to be their rock. I have plenty of instances when women have said to me, be a man and stop complaining. Okay. But if you're telling me that you have plenty of instances when women have said to be a man and stop complaining, it sounds like you complain a lot. And if you complain a lot, then yeah, of course, people are going to feel that way.
Would you agree that men's day-to-day emotions tend to be more...
Destiny using personal experience like Andrew Tate. I like how I said 50 million times, this is anecdote, this is anecdote, this is anecdote. It doesn't matter. You're permabanned. Don't ever ask for an unban, you fucking retard. I hope I see you type in YouTube chat so I can ban you from there as well. Would you agree that men's day-to-day emotions tend to be more aggressive/abusive or perceived as such? I think that men feel alienated from their emotions as they internalize that those behaviors are not acceptable regardless of context. It feels like from a really early age, it feels like men have a really hard time learning how to express their emotions. It's just something that is kind of like beaten out of you. There's like a feeling of, like, I think that men are trained more to like use like the listening skills of a rogue in a house than women ever will be. If you're a man, you know every creak in your house. You know every fucking floorboard. You know what a person's breathing sounds like. And it's because when you grow up masturbating, you're listening more attentively than any other human being for somebody moving around the house about to catch you. Anybody else have this thing where you're like, where you can tell after 2 steps, you're like, oh shit, mom is moving up the stairs 1.5 miles an hour. I got about 12 seconds to close my fucking shit. You guys learn this shit as kids? Absolutely you do. You learn. These things become like hardcore fucking internalized and shit. There are times when I'm fucking masturbating and I'm at my house alone right now. Even I hear something and I look around like, wait, is somebody in my fucking apartment right now? I think that we learn certain behaviors like this when it comes to like emotional processing too. Like for instance, like when little girls are crying or having a breakdown or whatever, like usually they're like encouraged to kind of work out their emotions and work out their feelings and shit like this. I think that like little girls are usually given that space. I think that men tend to be a bit more aggressive, but men aren't usually given the same space to work out that thing, right? Like if a man is quiet as a child and he gets upset and we tend to be more aggressive and you like hit a pillow or something, usually you're really discouraged from that. You're not supposed to hit anything, right? I feel like it'd be better to give little boys like, here, have a punching bag, take it out here, rather than being like, wrong, no, don't do that. That's bad. That's wrong. Don't be angry. Don't be upset. And it's like, okay, well, then they're just going to internalize it until they're fucking, you know, wearing some girl's face after they skin it because they go fucking crazy later on in life because they have no other way to process their emotions, you know? I don't think that, I think that in our families, I say teach, but I don't mean in school, but I don't think men are ever really taught to like process emotions growing up. You just don't. So Bobby Baratheon, I wish you guys had a better understanding of this, says, girls get turned off by emotional men. That's the point. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. People that are emotional, who are in tune with their emotions and communicate as such, do not turn people off. But in your mind, an emotional man is a guy that's like, oh, he's just crying all the time. That doesn't make you emotional. That's just as dysfunctional as the guy on the other end that can never process emotions. I actually do think that that men in general have a really hard time connecting emotionally with women and like having those like meaningful conversations where they're able to provide some level of emotional stability. I also think that men, this comes from the red pill community a lot too, when people talk about you being an emotional bedrock doesn't mean that you're some stoic guy and your girl is crying and you're just like there and you're like, put your head on my shoulder. And that's all you're doing, right? You have to be able to communicate with somebody and see them and interact with them on an emotional level, which requires some level of like emotional competency on your own. What about the Miami girls on Fresh and Fit? You should never go after those girls. That's a whole species that shouldn't even exist right now. But I don't know how you guys encourage and do all that shit. It's fucking weird. Does Destiny put any of the fault on women? Is it all because of men's ineptitude? Does that really sound plausible? Bro, you sound like the people that blame men for victim blaming when they tell women to be safer. I'm just giving advice to men right now. I've probably got like 7 women watching me. So right now I'm giving advice to men. Just like how when I say, hey, don't get fucking drunk at parties. That's really stupid. You might get raped. And people are like, oh, well, isn't that victim blaming? No, it's good advice. I'm giving you good advice, okay? Yeah, if you're a woman, I mean, No, actually, you know what? No, I will blame men on this one, 100%. It's not, here's a recipe for disaster. If you are trying to meet women in your life and you're trying to use them to build yourself emotionally, fuck you. And you're fucking yourself and you're fucking future men up because now you're toxic. You're destroying that woman's mind and making her think that all future men she's going to see are toxic. It is not a woman's job to fix you or to make you work emotionally as a man. You should have that shit sorted out before you start dating, okay? There. So fuck you. It is your problem. Figure it out. You should read How Not to Be a Boy by Robert Webb. I think you would relate a lot, at least.
You should read How Not to Be a Boy by Robert Webb. I think you would relate a lot. At least I did. Aspers.
You are the least emotional guy with tons of girls. How are less emotional men not a turn on? What are you talking about? I am very in tune with my emotions, and I am very in tune with other people's emotions. I can absolutely have conversations where people are having an emotional conversation with me. Just because I act, again, like this is like the issue. Like just because I act like a hard ass on stream or I'm negging somebody a lot. Doesn't mean that like if we're having a conversation in real life and like a girl comes to me, she's like, fuck, like I'm like, I'm so depressed, like you know, like I think my mom has cancer. Like I wouldn't respond with like, oh well fuck, like tell your dad to start dating again so you can get a new stepmom quick or something, right? Like I'm not gonna like joke about that. Like there are ways that you can have conversations. Just because I'm a hard ass normally or that's my normal personality doesn't mean I'm not capable of having a conversation where I connect to somebody emotionally, right? After car accident, I planned my GF about my blurry vision and vertigo. She couldn't take it and left me LOL. Bro, there was something else going on there. I'm sorry, but there's no shot. There is no shot. There's something else going on there. You get in a car accident and you complain. I don't even believe that's a real story. You get in a car accident, you complain to your girlfriend and she's like, oh, I can't be with you anymore because you complained about your blurry vision. No shot, dude. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. You did a your mom joke to Tiger Lily while you're having sex with her. That was sex. It wasn't emotional sex, and it was a really funny joke. Okay? Fuck you and fuck her.
Destiny, I grew up not showing my feelings for a long time. And now, I feel indifferent to a lot of people. Situations I honestly don't feel sympathy or empathy, and sometimes I feel like laughing in serious situations.
What? I honestly don't feel sympathy or empathy, and sometimes I feel like laughing in serious. I mean, people always laugh when they're nervous, or people can laugh when they're nervous. That's... Hold on. My Google Drive is getting full. Why does Windows suck so much at handling folders with lots of large files? Jesus. Are you framing it as a men versus women thing? Isn't it silly to blame a gender
Does it
for what
hurt
is
to put
happening?
too much effort in Hinge/Tinder early on?
Because we probably function a lot differently. One, we're treated differently, and two, we come from different biologies. So men and women are kind of different when it comes to processing this stuff. And people are looking for different things in general. These are generalities, but...
It's titties.
Google Docs, Google Docs, Google Docs, Google.
For hippie girls who run cross-country, it's the opposite. They hate fresh and fit guys. All this feels like it just applies to very specific communities.
Oh, is that true?
I think there's a recent study that found moms contribute to their sons' inability to process emotions. They push the machismo mindset.
Yeah, maybe. In your opinion, do you think women prefer a man that shows limited emotion or a man that shows a bit too much?
Destiny, if men still have anecdotes of women weaponizing their emotions, how can you still say it doesn't happen?
I don't believe that last story. There are some stories I'm just not going to believe. Or if it is, it's like so rare that I wouldn't think or whatever. You're probably better erring on the side of showing more limited emotions than too much, because that makes you appear more in control, even if you're not.
Hey, Destiny, can you at least speak to the experience of some girls will use men's feelings as a gotcha? It's not most, but it sucks when it happens.
Don't date those girls, then leave those girls. Don't ever be with a girl that does that shit for you. Try. Why is my Drive not working? Google Drive!
That Destiny, I think you unironically made me white-pilled. If that's a thing, you're one of the only political content creators I know that doesn't make me feel resentment towards general groups of people.
You should. We're about to get way more racist on this stream. Okay, is this fucking working yet? I have so many of these stupid blank fucking data cards.
Don't you think one of the big problems is that men are valuing trashy women like those and F Miami type? For someone like you view those women as being crappy and not valuable, but lots of men value a hot woman.
No, you shouldn't be valuing the Miami women. You guys have gotten fucking brainwashed from media or some shit. There's no excuse. You should never be desperate enough to... Those women are fucking insane and disgusting. But the men that are in that community are too. That's just gross. Fuck, you guys are wild, okay? Okay, how did I make this work? I'm a genius. Or this is just a bastard. I don't know what the fuck is happening here. Okay. Everybody's doing their work. Honk, 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 honk. Okay, hold on. I need more logistics bots. Damn, look at this chick playing video games.
Destiny, I cried in front of my GF after I lost both of my legs in Iraq and my mom got cancer, and my dad molested my sister, and my dog was brutally raped and murdered, and I lost a game of League and my GF left me. All women are evil, change my mind.
Women don't like losers. You shouldn't be losing your League games. Dumb fuck. Logistics robots. Can you explain what DDoS is? I'm stupid. There were 4 versions of DOS made, and the 4th one is the hacker. I don't know what I mean.
To better explain my situation, it's not that I'm nervous, it's just that I feel like laughing at them, and it makes me feel like emotionally stunted.
Jesus, why did you donate $50, dude? The voice is all the same, even at 5. You make me feel guilty. After my ex broke up with me...
After my ex broke up with me, it took a while to self-reflect and realize that. There's a lot of internal stuff, including trauma dumping, that caused a reasonable choice. I feel like instead of blaming, we gotta look at ourselves. Like I'm dumb.
True. Try to learn from your breakups if you can. Okay, hold on. Now we got everybody wants to talk about their life experiences. Now you guys are trauma dumping on me.
Ideology, but you pull me out, thanks, man.
I think I have to expand. Wait, why is none of this working?
You usually don't know if a woman is going to emotionally manipulate you until you're dating, because they're naturally more emotionally perceptive, and the less emotionally aware you are, the easier it is to fall for them.
Okay, maybe. Did you see the allegation from that YouTuber? No.
Did you see the allegation on this YouTuber?
Men, find yourself a woman who is thick at the top, and bottom, then take her to the gym, and she will love you forever. If she not thick, she's sick.
For me, I've just had a difficult time trusting people ever since my personal best friend Steve lied about dyeing his hair.
Based and true. My GF's anti-vax city councilor came to her door today.
I feel it's also good to remember most people aren't in their final form. When you first meet them, and emotional growth can happen in a relationship over time.
Hi. Hi, sorry. Yes, hello. Well, you can stay there. Hi. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm Michael Van Holst, your city councilor. Oh, yes, you're the anti-vaxxer guy, right? What? You're the anti-vaxxer guy? Well, get fucked.
Jesus. Toxic woman. See, he tried to be a little bit vulnerable. He opened up, and now the Sigma female has destroyed him. Not good.
You guys know that one song. The one about those guys who insult ladies as a flirtation tactic. In Paris, what was it called again?
I've recently done a 10-day silent meditation retreat, and it forced me to realize that I often am not vulnerable enough with my girlfriend. I realized I wasn't able to be vulnerable with myself. Damn. Is that a...
I have always tried taking advice from you, but it never works for me personally. Yesterday, I had a date with a girl, and I told her all about my Factorio optimization. After 30 minutes, she stormed out. I think she's ghosting me.
Nice.
What am I doing wrong?
Good question. Vipassana? I'm not pronouncing that right.
I'm not going to trauma dump on you. I'll just share this 10/10 meme.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Is that what it was? Vipassana? I don't know now.
I came into the world in my final form.
Oh, Vipassana. That's it. Oh, cute. I heard about it. I had a friend that, my one friend from LA went on one of these. It sounded impossible. It's like an 11-day, you said it was 10. I think she said hers was an 11-day retreat where you have to be completely silent the entire time. Fuck.
Most men don't know how to process/express their emotions in a healthy way. They also don't have a good point of reference of what that looks like. Destiny Myron told you the majority of women on the Fin ethnic from Miami. Plenty are international/educated. The Miami
Dude, I
archetype
just
is
can't get this fucking last out. Filio! Jesus!
Okay, waiting for all the donos to filter themselves out so we can go back to the video.
Actually, just so cancer. Probably okay. I have my last run for Aphelios 3, and then after that, I'm fucked. Like it's like I don't know.
You missed a link in one of the donos. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be clicking links from...
I don't know if you've talked about this yet, but are you going to talk about the What is a Woman documentary, also all by men?
This is a Keffel's link. Do I even want to click this?
The truth, then. Us politicians aren't so trustworthy. We'll steal, make shit up, even lie to our voters. That's crazy. I know it's very hard to believe.
No
That's
shot.
just what the USA is all about, Jack. Not hiding our theft and murder, but embracing it. Whether it's votes, whether it's money, especially money.
Okay.
Will you ever complete your Factorio tutorial series?
Yeah. For sure.
Jeez, dude. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
When wolves greet, they will want a lick inside your mouth.
Ugh.
This is perfectly normal for them, and this is what they do to one another on a daily basis. If you can tolerate it, you should allow this, as they will trust you more and can learn everything about you as a person, which includes your body chemistry, if you are sick or well, what you have eaten, and also if you are kind and non-threatening to them. Body movements should be calm and fluid. Sharp movements will frighten and shock them.
Isn't this supposed to be impossible? Like I thought, like maybe these are different types, but I thought wolves like aren't domesticated. Like they can flip on you and kill you for any reason. Like they're just not. It's just not a domesticated.
Making you look threatening. So gently, gently is the answer. This is why women are often more readily accepted by wolves.
I'm gonna go watch Black Clover.